Hello, 7th graders. Your last video for Chapter 5 is going to be on finding the percent of change. So percent of change is the percent a quantity increases or decreases from its original amount. So it could go up or it could go down. So you could have a percent increase or a percent decrease depending on what it is you're talking about. And to find this, we're going to use this little formula right here. The amount of change divided by the original amount. So how much it changes from one number to the other, and then you divide it by the number that it started with, the original one. So here's an example. In 2010, Georgia went from 13 to 14 representatives. Find the percent of increase in the number of representatives. Okay, so it went up, so it's increase, but that's not going to change how you're going to do it. So amount of change, well, how much did it change? Well, 14 minus 13 is 1. It changed 1. What did it start at? It started at 13. So and then you have to find the percent, so then obviously you have to change this fraction right here to a percent. So top number in the box, just like always. And then just keep working it out so it either works out or repeats, or probably to the nearest percent in this case, I would think. So we're going to go, you can see here it's just going to keep going and going and going, right? Should probably go one more number just to see how this 6 would round. Well, if we're going to do it, let's just do nearest percent. So once I get it to a decimal, we're going to go 2 to the right, and here's my whole number then. So I look next door and it's bigger than 5 or bigger. So your answer is about 8%. Okay, it increased by about 8%. So you're just going to find how much it changes, divide it by what it started at, change it to a decimal, and then change your decimal to a percent. So then we are also going to talk about markup, and I kind of brought this up a little bit yesterday with, like, when you go buy college books, how great they are, how high they're marked up, which is, it's pretty ridiculous, but that's the first thing I think of with markup. The markup is just the difference between the selling price and the store's cost of an item. So what the store the store doesn't sell you their items for the cost that they bought them for. It wouldn't make sense. They wouldn't make any money. They have to mark them up, right? So that they can make money. Now, how much they mark them up, that's the question. But let's do one of these. We're still going to use that same little formula. So find the percent markup for a $17.95 headset that is marked up to $35.79. So they're saying that the store bought it for this, and they sold it to us for that. So we have to find out first what the amount of change is. That was a really bad 3. $17.95. So the amount of change is $17.84. And what did it start at? This, $17.95. Wow, those are pretty close to the same numbers. So $17.84 goes in the box. $17.95. So it will not go in there. So we're going to have to borrow some zeros. So we're going to have 9 again here. So we're probably just going to go until we could round it to the nearest. This one would probably better do 1/10% since we're going to be dealing with two numbers here. So here I had to continue this problem up here because I ran out of room. That's probably far enough, so let's change it to a percent. And let's round it to the nearest 1/10%, so 99.4%. And you could see here, because the numbers were really close, you knew it was going to be close to 100% just by looking at it. So that's markup, and then you also have where you could go the other direction with it. Instead of marking it up, you could have a discount. The difference between the original price and the sale price. So say there's a 20% off sale or whatever, right? You could also use this same formula to find the discounts. So here, find the percent of discount of a $24.95 novel on sale for this much. So again, first step is always you have to find the difference between the two numbers. So $9.98. And then once I find that, I'm going to put the amount it changed over the original amount, which in this case is the $24.95. Let me get some more room. So I need to put $9.98 in the box. I'm going to divide it by $24.95. Move your two spots. Put your decimal up there because that's where it's going to be. I don't know how far we're going out here, but we'll just put a bunch of spots in there. So let's do 4, 0, 2. Let's do 3. Oh wow, I wouldn't have needed all these spots because it's going to come out even. And then if I change it to a percent, I got a 40% discount. So that's pretty good. It's almost half price. So you can see that we use the same formula to do discounts, markups, and then just regular percent of change. So bring that knowledge with you. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a good night.